Happy Valentine's Day! It's your boy, Ed the Dread. On Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2017. Today, I plan on talking to everybody about love. Today's holiday is based on love, but I feel as though sometimes it's become really materialized and the word kind of gets used and thrown around just for the sake of like personal gain or to sell stuff or, you know, just to make a feeling happen that should be resonating within you at all times. Alright, I'm going to start off with two definitions of love. In the 1990 edition of the Webster's Dictionary, love was defined as a strong affection or liking for a person, for someone, or something. Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu defined love as the expression of our unarmored, deepest bonds for each other. So, just in both those definitions, you can see quite a big difference. You know, the word pervades our society in a kind of an objective matter, which I'll touch on with the 5 different types of love in respect to how we see them nowadays, maybe how they should be, and how they've related to my life. First type of love is going to be possessive love. Just in the name, you could probably deduce that it's going to be the love of something that you can possess. So an object, or something that's been objectified, which could probably even be a person. This type of love has made the material world. Alright? We're able to sell possessions, make objects, and get rid of them. And you know, a person's success is almost determined by how many objects they can accrue, or their ability to manipulate others to produce objects for them to sell to accrue more objects. Ultimately, in this love, things are viewed for what they're exchanged for. If the exchange rate is high, then the amount of possessive love following that thing is probably very high as well. Now, I myself have been caught up in possessive love plenty of times, especially in my younger years. You know, I really loved shoes. I really loved hats, and I really loved CDs. If you knew me between the ages of 9 to like 19, 20, you probably knew that I had a lot of shoes. Alright, and I kept those things clean. You know, I kept the laces tucked in, nice and washed, had a toothbrush just to clean the shoe off. Alright, and this is an object that you walk around the world on. You know, outside's dirty, so who cares if your shoe's dirty? When you're in the world of loving possessions, that's how it ends up. Alright, the second type of love is codependent love. Now this is the expression of love as a need to be controlled or a need to control. This type of love actually keeps people from progressing because it's very tough to become independent if you're in a codependent loving relationship. It also kind of stunts the growth of self, because instead of focusing on yourself and becoming actualized and becoming a better human, you're too worried about the control of another person, or how you're able to control and manipulate, or how you're being controlled and manipulated. I've had my bout with codependent love as well. Early on in high school, relationships that I was in, you know, they're so young and they last such a short amount of time, and you find yourself trying to like get that other person to wear something that you like, or have them look a certain way, and then you're worried about how you act in relation to what people are going to think and reflect onto that person. So again, codependent love is very trying and, you know, not great for independence. The third type of love is romantic love. Now this has to do with like romanticizing finding the perfect mate. Alright, making someone out to be a little bit more than what they actually may be. Alright, and in your head you want them to be a certain way. You feel as though being with that person is going to complete you. When actually everyone has the wholeness and completeness in themselves, we just haven't been able to bring it out. Alright, sometimes in this romantic love you're looking for a person who's got qualities that you might not possess. Alright, which when you bring together, you make the total package of two people together having the best relationship, or having, you know, access to all the qualities and things that you like. But again, it's romanticized. If you look at a lot of kids movies, or stories told, mythical stories for kids, especially like Disney type stuff. I mean, a lot of times it's like a woman getting swept off her feet by Prince Charming, or getting that special kiss from someone that turns you into someone you're not, or making it somewhere just in time to find that right human that's perfect for you. But in reality, you know, out of all the people in the world, there's more than just one person that you could fit with and be with for your life. All right? It's just in our minds that we've made it so that we think that we're not complete, and our culture and society has really helped romanticize it. Now, romantic love. I've had quite a number of bouts with romantic love. You know, just thinking that that person is more than what they actually have to offer. At times I've found myself almost just romanticizing people just off of one attribute or one quality. I love to play soccer. There was a time in my life where all I thought about was soccer. If you were a female that was like good at soccer, and shoot, actually you might not even have had to be very good looking per se, but your ability in the sport that I loved made me romanticize how you actually were as a person to fit how I wanted it to be. Alright, so a lot of times we find ourselves romanticizing relationships, whether it's in, you know, a loving relationship with another person, or maybe just your roommates or your friends. The first three loves are pretty much objective. I would ultimately say that they could be put under the umbrella of Webster's definition of what love is. Now, the fourth type of love is subjective love. Now, this is the expression of love toward pretty much all sentient beings, everything in nature, anything that's created, basically pretty much everything within the universe that has a vibration. There's no materials, there's no longing, there's no manipulation, there's no self-gratification goals. It's just the lovingness for all that is. If you find yourself residing in subjective love, generally you love many people. And it's easy for you to receive love from many people, or you may get love from many people. If you look at like the Dalai Lama, this guy travels the world and people almost cry at his feet, all right? And he loves them, and they truly can feel that vibration coming from him. And the people that interact with the Dalai Lama, they love him as well. All right, so that one man spreads enough love from him, enough subjective love from his being, that hundreds, thousands, millions of people give love back to him in a truly loving manner. Now, the last type of love is becoming love. All right, and this is like a self-actualization / social actualization type of love. You know, with the mind that we have as a society, it's very tough to even think about this type of love. But it transcends all objective and subjective types of love. I mean, if you think of Buddha, or you think of Jesus, they were humans, all right, and they lived on this planet. And they became enlightened enough that they were able to literally embody love. If you believe in them, or you believe in the type of spirituality that has progressed over time, you'll realize that it is possible for a human to become enlightened and to literally embody love. It may take a bunch of practice. It may take a lot of work toward breaking the chains of conditioning that we've built over millennia as a society, but it is possible. So as you can see, the definitions of love by Webster and Lao Tzu are very, very different. All right. Now again, Webster's was made 25 years ago. Lao Tzu's definition came about 2,500 years ago, but still remains true to this day. Because Lao Tzu was looking at love not from a materialist standpoint, although at that time materialism and stuff was just seeping into human societies. What he was able to foresee and foretell speaks loudly for his intellect, his intelligence, his experience, and his ability to transcend what was going on and relate to humans in a loving manner. Now, I spoke a bit about having CDs and tapes. Now, music has been a huge part of my life, and music is something that I believe resonates deep within you. All right, it can change your mood instantly. It can change your thoughts. All right, it can, like professional athletes put on their favorite song to pump them up before a game, because regardless your mood, music can change it in a snap of fingers. Now, we're a society that has a lot of different musicians. At this point, we place a lot of emphasis on the person making the music and how they sing, or how they make the music, or how they present themselves as an artist, as opposed to what the message truly is. Now, there have been a whole lot of songs written about love. All right, and if we think back about the 5 different types of love, the majority of them are probably resonating within the objective love. Here's a list of about 1,200 songs that a guy put on his blog. These are all songs which he just pulled out of his iTunes collection and wrote in a list. So as you see, it's a long list of songs. Long list of songs. Again, the majority of them about objective love. So if we're listening to songs about objective love, and our society is very materialistic and placing a lot of value on objects and loving them and possessing them, then we end up having the mentality that objective love is good. I can't say that I've listened to the Beatles much in my life, but friends of mine have. And one song that I can think of that just hits me is All You Need Is Love. All right, and in my mind, that made a lot of sense, okay? All you need is love. I was even at the point where I thought that love, or being loving, is what would help gain consciousness. All right, it would take you to another level of consciousness just to be loving. All right, but what I've found over time is that if you're still and peaceful and you can study yourself and become okay with being in silence and being alone and raise your consciousness level that way, love just emanates from you. All right, in The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle says that love isn't the portal into consciousness. All right, love is what comes out of consciousness. So again, today is Valentine's Day, a very loving day. All right, and I can appreciate all the love that people show each other today. All right, the materialism and objectivity that our society has put onto these holidays and love in general has completely changed what love is to us as humans. So let's break this cycle. All right, you have it in you to do it. Buddha did it. Jesus did it. They were men who took the time to find the true essence and just be. And then by being, they also became love. So you've got it within you. I believe in you. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for your time. I love you all.